Boy, am I happy to see you. Welcome to our webinar. This is our big, happy webinar welcome. It's July 5th. Thank you all for being here. Always glad to see your bright and shining faces. Today we're going to talk about the trend trading T6 robot. When we last saw you, when we talked about this robot, we were trying to make this robot make $1 million, which is kind of, okay, honestly, it's kind of a silly idea. But then on the other hand, it's not. When you're backtesting a robot, excuse me, I have to cough. Hold on one second. So sorry. When you are testing a robot, you want to push it up against the limits of what you think is possible. And by pushing it up against those limits, you find out where it breaks. Or you find out where it does really well. Or you find out what you need to add to it or take away from it. And that's exactly what we do inside of these webinars, is we run these tests and we put our foot on the gas a little bit and we go to extremes a little bit so that we can test out whether or not something is going to work. It's how we test our assumptions. And of course you can do backtesting and you can do it the regular way and you can do it safely and whatever else. But you don't really learn anything if you don't put your trading system through the harshest of conditions. You don't really get anywhere unless you do that. So for first timers, welcome to the webinar. I want to remind you that every webinar is recorded and then uploaded to the YouTube at Rob Booker, and love to ask you if you would please subscribe to the YouTube channel when you go over there and you watch those videos. You can also find us on Facebook.com at Rob Booker Trader, and we're just a couple of likes away from 3,000 page likes, which is not really a big deal. But I guess since I'm vain and ambitious, I guess it is a big deal. So welcome to all those of you who are brand new. I'm so happy to see you here. First, I'm going to walk you through just a couple of things that I'm seeing on the charts here, and we're going to take a look at the British pound US dollar. And I want to show you and remind you about how we actually find the trades in the first place. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we've already covered this in previous webinars. And this short webinar is not designed to be an exhaustive and, okay, you get it. This is the British pound US dollar. A lot of people ask me what I think about this currency pair. Basically, I think this currency pair is garbage. And the reason I think it's garbage is there are better currencies to trade that move faster, farther, and more consistently. However, you ask about it all the time, so here I am. I'm going to deliver on this. I want to show you this red line running up and down through the chart. That is an RSI 5. The existence of that red line says that 5 time frames are simultaneously overbought. We now have this indicator for MetaTrader. Ding! That's awesome. You can now get that indicator for MetaTrader in the premium indicators section of lifetime membership, where we do this kind of stuff all the time. That's not the focus of today's presentation, but that is the RSI 5 indicator. That is a suggestion that price is going to reverse. Also in the chart right now is Knoxville Divergence. Knoxville Divergence is the early warning sign that price is going to reverse. Price is going to head back down in the opposite direction. It's been going up and it maybe might head down. As you can see, that didn't happen here. This will be one of those instances where our indicators, I don't want to say gave us a false signal because that's kind of dumb, but they don't work. It doesn't work. But we want to run our robot during this kind of a time because we want to see our robot break. We want to see it fail, and then we want to see it succeed. And welcome to Wes. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Do you by chance have any data for the pound dollar?
Oh, I sure do.
Oh, this is just as delicious. Okay, if you're just joining us for the first time, what we now do is we switch over to Wes's charts, and I give Wes a date. And I say, Wes, we found all the conditions that we would want to have to turn on our trend trading robot. And we found those conditions on, if it's even possible for you to pull that date and time up, it was on March 16th at what would be 12 p.m. for you. Do you have that?
March 16th, 12 p.m. I sure do.
Now what we're going to do, folks, is knowing that the robot's going to turn on during a time that is not favorable, during a time that is not going to work, we're purposefully going to turn the robot on during this time on a currency pair we don't like. at a time that we don't think is favorable. And why would we do something as stupid as that? Because we want to test the limits of this robot, and um, we want to see how bad it is when it breaks. Okay, we're trading the pound dollar. We're going to trade a lot of lots because we're trying to push it to the limit. So 5 standard lots is fine, although that's a lot. We're going to lose a lot of money when this goes wrong. This is the pound dollar. It's not the pound Australian or pound New Zealand. We don't want a cumulative profit more than 200. I think we'd stick with 200 for this one. That's probably too big as it is. And that's that.
Are we doing sell trades or buy trades?
We are doing a sell trade on this, yes.
Sweet. All right. Turn visual mode back on and slow that down just a tad.
Now the time setting that we're using here is, we know that your MetaTrader for some reason is 2 hours ahead of New York. And we just found that out. I mean, we discovered that by finding it out. I mean, we just had to look and compare times on our MetaTraders. Once you find out what time it is on your MetaTrader charts, then you can know what time you want to set your robot to trade at. Okay, it took some trades. By the way, everyone, when we finish the recording today, I'm going to stay a little bit after and answer some questions after the recording is shut off. So if you've got a lot of questions, save them, and I'll spend an extra few minutes here answering your questions at the end of the webinar. Okay, the first trade was taken when?
March 16th at, I have no idea what time that was.
5 p.m.?
Yeah, about 5:41 p.m.
Okay, great. And then it took another one, and then it took another one.
Yeah.
And then it took another one.
Stopped out.
And then it stopped out. It took a negative 100. Now, what should happen after that, it can take a maximum of 2 losses. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's now gotten into more trades all over again.
Yes. And it stops out again.
Okay,
yeah.
We knew this was going to happen. Let's see how much money we lost.
$10,055.
Okay, great. Okay, so what we're learning here, just to remind everybody, what we're trying to do is say we know it's going to fail here because we know we would want to turn the robot on here or around here. How bad is it going to be in that instance? The next time that a trade occurs, Wes, is, I'll just give you the date and time. The next time that a trade occurs is March 27th at 9 a.m. for you, and it's a sell trade. So let's go into sell trade territory. Now, what I'd like to do, Wes, is because we just lost, I'd like to increase our lot size if we can, just by 1. I don't want to get a margin call. Let's just go to 6 because we lost, and I want to have my money back.
Right.
Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Bill, we record everything we do, and if you watch the webinars on YouTube, they'll be there. And if you are speaking about a different class in particular, just let us know.
I wouldn't say we record everything we do. Like yesterday, I took a really long nap. I did not record that.
Did you know there are people on Periscope, on Twitter's Periscope, that simply, it's a big thing actually, where you can watch other people sleep. I know that this is a real thing, and it's a super popular thing. There's one person that has like 100,000 followers while she sleeps. There's nothing kinky about it either. She just gets under the covers and goes to sleep.
That sounds really boring and really creepy, but we did get some trades. And we got some at 12 o'clock, which would be noon. We got one at noon on the 27th, and then another one at, what is that?
8 p.m., 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
So we took a couple trades, and it can't take, for those of you that don't know what this robot does, it takes trend trades, but it can't add to the position unless all of the previous trades are profitable. It can keep adding to the position, but every previous trade must be profitable, and when it reaches a cumulative, in this case, 200 pips of profit, it closes everything and stops trading because we don't want to press our luck. And what amount of money did we make here? Did we make up for our loss?
We made $12,048. So yeah, we made up our loss a little bit.
Now, this is a little bit strange to me, Wes. Can we look at the settings on this?
Sure.
Now, if our cumulative stop is 100 and we just lost $10,000, and our cumulative win is 200, shouldn't our profit have been at least 20,000?
No, we stopped out twice.
Stopped out twice. And
Yeah.
that's why they pay Wes the big bucks. There we go. There we go.
Good times. But we
Okay,
made
let's
back $2,000 more because we had a
right.
higher
A higher
trade
lot
size.
size. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go back down to 5 lots. And if you want to send the screen back to me, I'll show where we're going to take our next trade. We're going to take our next trade on an RSI 5 signal that appeared on April 7th at 1500 hours for you, Wes. In the absence of Knoxville Divergence, we might decide to lower our trade size back down to something like, oh, I don't know, 5. We'll take it back down to 5, and then we'll send the charts back to you, Wes. Don't forget, save your questions to the end of the recording. I'll stop the recording, and then I'll take some time to answer all your questions. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, we're so glad that you're here, and there are links to get this robot below where you are right now, and we'll be back tomorrow, of course, with more fun times.
What time did you say? It was April 7th at what time?
It was April 7th at 1500 hours. Once again, the purpose of our testing here is to run through the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months of a currency pair, test every single instance where we would want to turn on our trend trading robot, and see how that robot performs under a variety of conditions if we take it to the max.
And we are talking about buy trades, correct?
We are talking about buy trades. Thank you.
Perfect.
More and more, I'm thinking it's time for me to turn this robot on a live account. I'm seeing more and more examples of this just doing perfectly fine. Took a bunch of nice trades here.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a lot of trades. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So we got
It
a
even
buy
went,
trade here, and buy trade here, and buy trade here, and buy trade over here.
wow, it
And
took
then
a lot of trades.
yeah, it took profit way over here.
And it even went farther higher after that, which is exactly what we want to see. We don't want to try to wring out every last point of profit because we don't want to press our luck. We want it to go even further after we've exited. We want it to do that. We were okay walking away from profit because what we want to do is make sure that we're growing our account. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic, Wes. I'll give you another date and time.
Okay. Do you want me to give you the charts back, or?
Nah, everybody's pretty consistent. Everybody understands what we're doing here. This is going to be a loss for sure, and it's going to be the 12th of April at 2200 hours. So why don't we go ahead and make that the 13th of April at midnight, unless you've already fixed that problem on the.
Oh yeah, yeah. I already fixed that problem.
Okay, great.
And what kind of trades did you say they were?
These are sell trades, unfortunately.
All right.
This is not going to work. It's going to start working, and then it's going to fail. And someone might ask, why would you test it if you know it's going to fail? That's a good question. I guess for the sake of being honest with ourselves, we don't just want to run through the examples that are wins. We want to see the ones that fail and perhaps find an area or some kind of a filter that would help us not lose. Oh, so frustrating.
Yeah.
I wonder how well we were doing. I wonder how much money we were making when that thing failed.
That's a pretty easy thing to find out. Let's start it back up again.
Great idea. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty much close to the bottom.
Yeah. So we had about $5,000 in profit.
And what was our entry on the results? Oh, you could just do it there. Yeah. You could do it there.
Actually, I guess I can't. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Entry was 1.2565. Sorry,
2565.
Yeah.
So it had only fallen really 50, 60 points. It really hadn't fallen very far. It just didn't get far enough. Let's do one last thing. A lot of you have asked me recently about moving it to break even because we have a setting inside this robot. Let's go ahead and use it. Let's put a break even at 50 pips of profit, and then we'll run it.
Okay. Stop, max stop. Okay, cool.
And here we go. So you can
Yeah.
use a break even here.
Yeah. Watch the break even like fail.
Oh, it didn't. It
It
did
did
work.
fail.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it failed
So
miserably.
what happened was we had 50 pips of profit, and then it moved the stop loss to break even. And so at the point where the profit went back to zero,
Yeah.
we closed everything. That's pretty cool. All right. This is awesome. And I'm ready to start running this live. And as soon as tomorrow, I will show you my live account where I put this on and take this trade. That was one trade that lost 100, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty
And look
funny.
at that. It then took another trade. Oh, because that was a break even at
Yeah, it
first.
didn't count against it. Yeah.
Ah.
We'll have to figure that out. Okay. Everybody, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to, hopefully by tomorrow, I will show you a live trade that this took on my real account. I'm going to put this on. I, I think this is already on the server, the latest version, Wes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. And for those of you that want to watch the recording, don't forget you can find this on YouTube at Rob Booker or Facebook at Rob Booker Trader. Leave a like on the page or a subscription on that YouTube channel and find more links below the video on YouTube for more information about what we've done here. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here, everybody.
See you later.